third episode of Sam's Trains recap. This is not Sam's Trains. If you'd like to see his channel, link in the description. This video was made between Monday the 1st of October to Sunday the 21st of October, so if it's a bit out of date. These videos will be uploaded on the channel once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on how many times Sam's Trains decides to upload. Before we get started, if you see the train on screen, put a timestamp in the comments and be in for a chance for a shout out. Sorry for not uploading last week because it was my birthday. Let's get started. The shout out for this week goes to Rhino King Holiday Vlogs. To start the first week, Sam uploaded a different type of video. This video was entitled Train in the Dark. It was a type of express video. Every train that Sam had running had lights built into it. To start the first part of the video off, Sam ran a yellow pacer, a class 37 and a class 25. The class 25 is also known as the Rat. For the second part of the video, Sam ran the Bachmann class 66 called Maritime. It was in the blue livery. The Blackman DMU or Derby Lightweight and the Triang Dock Shunter.
Just waiting for the V trains to come by. Looks like the class 25 is catching it up quite quickly. There we go. Yeah, it's nice to have a look at the lights from time to time, isn't it? And I think this is probably the best way, more or less, of doing it.
Next, Sam did a Thomas and Friends shunting challenge. The two shunting engines were James and Thomas. The other engines were Olive and Mavis. Sadly though, in the video, there was a slight fatality.
Oops, I think that's a minor fatality there.
The last video for the first week was a Bachmann Class A1 review. It was train number 6053. It was the latest version of the train. Sam got his for second hand for the cheap price of £99.
And I do think this BR green looks super smart on her, doesn't it? But it does beg the question as to what is the most favourite livery out there. I still think mine is the LNER green, but
to start the second week off, Sam did a cleaning fluid guide. It was set up like a vlog, but I would have said it was more like a Q&A. He compared 5 different lighter fluids. It was a sort of competition to help you guys out know which one was the best.
Available in very large bottles like that from eBay. Then the second one is one that I have used a lot but don't use too much anymore. That is your classic lighter fluid. Then up third is nail polish remover. This is also another one that I used to use extensively early on. Again, very cheaply available from supermarkets and that sort of thing. Now, here's a controversy.
In the next video was the Hornby King class review. It was an older version though, so it wasn't the most up-to-date one. It was King George VI in BR Blue. It was one of Sam's GWR engines.
It's on hauling them. Right, nice and steadily does it then. There we are, right. Well, that sounded like a successful coupling. There's only one true way to find out. So let's set her forwards and let's get her going. So, wow. Did you see that? Absolutely no wheel slip. And that's 7 coaches, and 7 old coaches at that. Right, well the real test will be Gordon's Hill, but based on that...
Last video of the week was Britain's largest steam locomotives. Sam has already done the littlest video. The first part of Sam's running session was the Class P2, the Coronation Class, and Peppercorn A1. The second part, he ran the Class 8, the 72XX, and the 9F.
Juice. Okay, enjoy the quick running session then. Oh yes. I can't tell whether the P2's more impressive at speed or going slowly. Obviously going slowly you get the impression of the size and weight. but at speed like this you just get that impression of power.
For the hints for next week, there is an express tank engine review. On Wednesday, there's a surprise live stream. I really hope that it's going to be a live stream running sessions where we get to pick the trains that are running. On Saturday, he's doing a 440 review. I'd like to see a school class being reviewed, but that's just my personal opinion. So they're the things that I'd like to be reviewed and are coming up next week. So my favourite train this week, this 2 weeks, was the Thomas train that was running in the Thomas and Friends Shunting Challenge. So, as you saw then, my favourite train was the Thomas the Tank Engine train. So, on the channel now, I'm doing ratings, a bit like Sam Trains does, but it's for my favourite train. So, as you know, my favourite train was Thomas. So, for the colour, I've given it 3 out of 5. The blue's alright, but I'm not particularly keen on it. For detail, you can see I've given it a 2 out of 5. It's not really that good. It's got a bit of detail though. For in-video performance, it pulled one of the biggest trains and it did the most shunting, so I've given it a 5 out of 5 for that. And for the pulling power that I saw in the video, I gave it 5 out of 5. So in total, I gave it 5.5 out of 10. So as you can see on the screen, Thomas has now been put into first place. More trains will be added as we go on though.